Merry Christmas. Welcome. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. This is the only Christmas thing I have on hand. I literally keep it in a box right behind here, just on it for, ironically saying, for a rainy day, which it is a rainy day today. It's also the end of October when we're recording this. Luckily, this will go out in November, which is basically the Christmas season. So, Merry Christmas. I'm just going to wear this the whole episode and see how that works out.
Okay.
Maybe nobody can comment about my hair this time. Anyway, what happened last time on Doctor Who?
It was the Big Bang, and I'll be honest with you, I remember Rory was a Roman centurion or warrior of some kind, but he was also an Auton, and he shot and killed Amy, but he didn't kill Amy because the Doctor put Amy inside the Pandorica, and Rory waited 2,000 years for her, and then little Amelia touched the Pandorica, and I don't know, it was... And there was a Dalek, and there was...
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's pretty spot on, honestly.
It wasn't confusing, it's just that, we've been working nonstop at the theater this week because apparently everybody loves Agatha Christie, and in particular, Murder on the Orient Express.
Yeah,
We have, so far, out of 6 performances, 4 of them have sold out.
Yeah, so it was the end of the universe. Everything was destroyed, and then 2,000 years later, everything was still destroyed except the Earth and the exploding TARDIS that was keeping it warm, basically. And eventually, they got everyone out. Rory was an Auton, 2,000 years older. Amy was revived by the Pandorica, and she was 2,000 years older. They saved River from the exploding TARDIS, and then the Doctor got a fez. It looked about as good as this hat does on me. And then the Doctor flew the Pandorica into the exploding TARDIS to restart the entire universe, but with him on the other side of the cracks in space and time. But luckily, Amy was able to remember the Doctor even after he was erased from time, and so he was able to get back to their wedding, and they all had a good time, and then at the end, they all went off on a new adventure. So,
Sounds about right.
yeah, it's Christmas. It's Christmas. We're back to our Christmas specials. So it does make me question why I haven't gotten this hat out before. We've had multiple Christmas specials, and I just forget this hat exists in my room. But here we are. So, Merry Christmas. We're watching the season 5 or season 6 Christmas special. I mean, they kind of fall in between, but it's A Christmas Carol. Now, I've already informed him to take everything he knows about Christmas Carol and throw it aside, because that's not really what we're doing here. So, but other than that, do you have anything else? Do you have stuff to say before we get into it?
I guess not really. Did I mention that I've finished my play?
Maybe. I don't know.
I've written a play. I've been working on it the last 4 or 5 months. It is a combination of a story by Charles Dickens interspersed with characters from William Shakespeare. We'll go with that.
Yeah, so...
It's called A Midwinter Night's Dream.
So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Merry Christmas. Let's get to the episode.
And Happy Halloween.
Yeah, and Happy Halloween, because it's literally October the 25th when we're recording this, so... But they don't really do Halloween episodes in Doctor Who, so...
I've sent for help. Who the hell are you? Look, there's a friend of mine, okay? And he can help us. He'll come. What are you wearing? That doesn't matter. Are you wearing sweet? Oh, shut up.
Oh.
The light stopped flashing. Does that mean he's coming? Hang on, sweet. Oh, clothes. It is just a bit of fun.
Shut up.
Sentinels and 8 send a home. Incoming message. It's from the other ship.
On screen.
There he is.
What does that mean? It's Christmas.
Yes, it's Christmas!
Is the theme redone again?
Sounds a little bit, yeah. Oh, there you
Rory
go.
finally gets his name in the credits.
Yeah, main character now. When you die twice and become plastic, you deserve it at that point.
Back on Earth, we call this Christmas, or the winter solstice.
Some people call it freeze a day. That's not important.
On this world, the first settlers called it the Crystal Feast. You know what I call it? I call it expecting something for nothing.
It's
Sir,
Dumbledore.
Mr. Stark.
Yep.
Look, Petal, we already have a surplus population. No more people allowed on this planet. Poor big
If they'd rather die,
Often
they'd better do it and decrease the surplus population. Good day, sir.
You don't exactly have a choice. It's crashing, but not just existing.
Yes. Blimey. Sorry. Christmas Eve on a rooftop. Saw a chimney. My whole brain just went, what the hell? Don't worry. Fat fella. Father Christmas. Santa Claus. Or, as I've always known him, Jeff.
Is there such a person as Father Christmas?
Oh, yeah. Me and Father Christmas. Frank Sinatra's Hunting Lodge, 1952. See him at the back with the blonde. Who's she?
Nobody important.
Nobody important. Blimey, that's amazing. Do you know, in 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important before. Now, this console is the key to saving that ship. Ollie, my hat. If I had a hat.
Bit of a fez.
Someone using their hat over some hat or something.
Controls are isomorphic, 1-to-1. They respond only to me.
Oh, you fibber. These controls are isomorphic.
Disguise of this.
3 people I won't allow to die tonight. Do you know where that puts you?
Where?
4004.
Was that a sort of threaty thing?
Whatever happens tonight, remember, you brought it on yourself.
Yeah, right. Get him out of here. And next time, try and find me some funny poor people.
Oh, good shot.
Get him out of here!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Lovely.
Sorry.
Here, please.
You better get inside, sir. The fog's thick tonight and there's a fish water.
All right, yeah. Sorry, fish.
You know what they're like when they get a bit hungry.
Yeah, fish. I know, fish. Fish.
It's all Mr. Sardic's fault, I reckon. He always lets a few fish through the cloud layer when he's in a bad mood. Thank you. Bless you once again, sir.
Fish.
Doctor, the captain says we've got less than an hour. What should we be
So
doing?
long and thanks for all the fish.
Eh.
Doctor, we can't hear you. What is that? Is that singing?
A Christmas carol.
A what?
A Christmas carol.
A what?
A Christmas carol.
Doctor?
And then he got an idea.
Awaking in the middle of a prodigiously tough snore.
Hello.
It's okay. It's okay.
What have you done? What is this?
Found it on an old drive. Sorry about the picture quality. Had to recover the data using quantum enfolding and a paper clip.
Who are you?
Tonight, I'm a ghost of Christmas past.
Mrs. Mantovani will be looking after you tonight.
Montavani's Orchestra. Wow, all these weird names I'm remembering from the 50s and 60s.
See? Back.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm the doctor. I'm your new babysitter.
Where's Mrs. Mantovani?
Ah, you'll never guess clever old Mrs. Mantis. She only went and won the lottery.
There isn't any lottery!
There isn't any
I
lottery.
know, what a woman.
If you don't understand.
I'll bet you don't. I wish I could see your face.
That never happened.
But now it has.
But it did.
Right then, your bedroom.
Just casually changing a man's
Correct,
entire
yes,
life.
years old, so we'll stay away from under the bed. Cupboard! Big cupboard, I love a cupboard. Do you know, there's a thing called a face spider. It's just like a tiny baby's head with spider legs.
Yeah.
And it's specifically evolved to scuttle up the backs of bedroom cupboards.
Right, never going into a cupboard again.
I probably should have mentioned. Right, so...
Are you really a babysitter?
I think you'll find I'm universally recognized as a mature and responsible adult.
It's just a lot of wavy lines.
Yeah, shorted out. Finally, I lied too big. Okay. Not really a babysitter.
It's only so far he can go.
You don't want a real one. You want me.
Why? What's so special about you?
Have you ever seen Mary Poppins?
No.
Good, because that comparison would have been rubbish. Fish.
Any face spice in here?
I think coming in through the window like that might have been a
Don't be sleeping in your
homage
mattress.
to Peter Pan as well.
Why are you so
Oh, yeah,
interested
probably.
in the fish? Just a little one. So, little fella, what do you eat?
We'll ask that question later.
Also, I got a good look at fish, and I think I understand how the fog works, which is going to help me land a spaceship in the future and save a lot of lives. And I better get some very interesting readings off my sonic screwdriver when I get it back from the shark in your bedroom.
There's a shark in my bedroom.
Oh, fine. Focus on that.
We went from Christmas Carol to Peter Pan to Jaws.
It's going to eat us.
Well, maybe we're going to eat it, but I don't like the option. That's it.
Get some fish fingers and custard.
7258.
I don't know.
Place is full of alarms. It's not just the door I need. The number.
7258.
I need the number.
I'm not allowed to know until I'm older.
7258.
Just what I was after. Thank you.
And back.
I think you're going to need a bigger freezer. It's a much different melody than what I'm used to.
It's not really the singing, of course.
Yes, it is. Fish love the singing, it's true.
The notes translated the ice crystals causing a delta wave pattern in the fog. Ah, fish bit me.
Shut up then.
Of course. That's how the machine controls the cloud belt. The clouds are ice crystals. If you could vibrate the crystals at exactly the right frequency, you could line them into. Ow! Why do they keep biting?
Shut up.
Fish like singing, okay? Now shut up. Hey! Look at them go!
You know, some people see their life flash before their eyes, but they never see their life change before their eyes.
If you should ever wish to visit again.
Well, you know, if I'm ever in the neighborhood.
He comes every Christmas Eve. Yeah, he does every time, he promises.
No, I don't.
Merry Christmas!
It's easy for him.
What are you gonna do? The
Actually, it's only Kazran that has to take the long way.
Will it really come?
No chance. Completely impossible. Except at Christmas.
Oh yeah, still has the other half of the screwdriver.
Do you have a plan?
Santa came by. Yeah, Santa came by?
Merry Christmas!
Great Pyramid.
Doctor!
When girls are crying, are you supposed to talk to them? I have absolutely no idea.
Oh yeah.
They look very poor.
They are very poor. Doesn't mean you can't be happy.
That's very Cratchit.
I think you're blushing again.
I mean,
There's no reason why you can't go see them.
We're starting again. Come on, Kazran, we're starting again.
That's Sadik's boy, isn't it?
He's not like his father.
His father treats everyone like cattle.
Yeah, and he's not like
Wonder if
that.
that boy will do the same.
No.
Tomorrow's Christmas dinner is cancelled as my sister refuses to attend.
Isabella?
Instead, we'll have it tonight.
3, 2, 1,
I mean, you better get started on that Christmas. It takes hours to make a Christmas dinner.
How did you do that?
your car, I believe.
No.
Oh, goodness sake.
Shut up. Christmas. Merry Christmas.
God bless us, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
To Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
I never have anyone to do that with in these videos.
Try and be all nervous and rubbish and a bit shaky. Why? Because you're going to be like that anyway. You might as well make it part of the plan, then it will feel on purpose. Off you go then. No, I just heard now. Catherine, trust me. It's this, or go to a room and design a new kind of screwdriver. Don't make my mistakes now. Go.
Oh, see, this is one of those moments you need Rory, the Casanova, to give you advice.
Okay, so went to Australia, went to New York City, went to Paris, California, 1952. Ah, yes, the old Hollywood land sign.
Abigail, are you coming back? The Doctor is going to do a duet with Frank.
Oh, probably Santa Claus is here then.
Guys, we've really got to go quite quickly. I just accidentally got engaged to Marilyn Monroe. Fine, thank you. I'll just go and get married then, shall I? See how you like that. Marilyn! Get your coat!
Pardon me.
So this is number 3 or 4 that he's on now.
Good night, Abigail.
Good night, Catherine.
May you be happy in the life you have chosen.
I've got some work with my dad now. I'm going to focus on that. Get that cloud belt.
Oh, the bow tie.
Oh, Mr. President, we've been through this. It's not going to crash on my house, and what's it got to do with me? Yes, I know. 4003. There's a very old friend of mine once took a very long time to explain. Life isn't fair.
Not quite the lesson you were supposed to get from that. You know, that's mildly terrifying, but...
Do you know why I'm going to let those people die? Not a plan. I don't get anything from it. It's just that I don't care. I'm not like you. I don't even want to be like you. I don't and never ever will care.
And I don't believe that.
Then show me the future. Prove me wrong.
I am showing it to you. I'm showing it to you right now. So what do you think? Is this who you want to become, Catherine?
Dad?
This planet is ours. The controls, they won't respond.
Of course they will, right? So morphing. They're tuned to your brainwaves that only respond to you.
Respond.
That just makes sense. That's ridiculous. Why would...
He's not the same person.
Sure, I've changed you too much. The machine doesn't recognize you.
But no, my father programmed.
No, your father would never have programmed it from the man you are now. Our voice resonates perfectly with the ice crystals. It calmed the shark. It will calm the sky, too.
Could you do it? Could you do this? Think about it, Doctor. One last day with your beloved. Which day would you choose?
What happens when a cloud unlocks?
Something that hasn't happened in this town for a very long time now.
Gonna rain fish.
So see, he came up with the idea of using a Christmas carol to save the day. This is, in a cosmic sort of way, it was true.
So, is he still an Auton?
No, he's fine now.
Actually, fair enough.
They just thought, you have a good time on the honeymoon suite with the Roman costume.
Under music sounds like Carol of the Bells.
Everything's got to end sometime. Otherwise, nothing would ever get stopped.
Your phone was ringing. Someone called Marilyn. Actually, he sounds like the Marilyn.
Doctor, tell her I'll phone her back. And that was never a real chapel.
Okay, that one doesn't count. Alrighty. Merry Christmas.
All right, very interesting use of Dickens' Christmas Carol. Of course, the one big change in the original Christmas Carol, he does have the romance with the young girl Belle. And what really disturbs me about most of the adaptations of Christmas Carol is they leave out what I consider is the most important scene when he sees Belle giving his younger self the ring back and saying, "May you be happy in the life you've chosen." Most adaptations go from there to him falling asleep and then meeting the ghost of Christmas present. But there's another scene where he literally turns around, sees a young girl that he thinks is his girlfriend, but then realizes she's a little too young, and then the girl's mother walks in and he realizes that's Belle, and that she has gone on and married and had a brood of children. And there's a wonderful line that he says, when he thinks about that young girl and how she could have been a springtime in the winter of his life, it made him very sad. And that's the lesson that he learns, is that what he did, what he chose to do in his past life is on him. It's not caused by anybody else. It was done by him, and he didn't take advantage of it. So it's kind of interesting there that even though she's not going to last more than a day, because that's the story, he does get at least one day of redemption with her where he gets to say, "I'm sorry that I ever did that."
Yeah. Well, it's an interesting thing. I really don't see this episode talked about that much. Granted, most of the Christmas specials aren't really talked about that much as, some of the best episodes of Doctor Who. But with this one in particular, I don't know why it never really struck me that it's like, it's not, it is, obviously it's a take on A Christmas Carol, but in a more, I don't want to say deliberate way, but in a way of just like, because it's a means to an end to save the ship that's crashing. And it's like, well, the Doctor can basically perform A Christmas Carol because he has a time machine and he's very clever. But it's interesting because with Scrooge, they show the scenes of his past, they show the scenes in the present, they show the dark future that he has, and it changes who he is in the moment. Whereas in here, the Doctor literally goes back and changes Kazran's life to fit his needs of saving the ship. And it's interesting, when Kazran says that, it's like, oh, the Doctor completely altered my life to fit his needs. And it's like, we all get to the end of this episode and it's all a good thing because, hey, we saved Christmas, and it's all good. And a miserly old Scrooge, he was saved too and he became a good person. But it is one of those things of like, is that, I guess if you take all of that away, is that a good thing the Doctor did by completely upending his entire life from his childhood on?
Well, I think he's trying to do what the ghosts were trying to do. And that's another thing. I always see reviews of productions and analysis of the novella is that Scrooge is scared into doing the right thing. He isn't scared to do the right thing. He sees where he went wrong in the past, the present, and the future, and begins to realize, I didn't need to have, I shouldn't have needed to do that. And he begins to say, I will honor the past, the present, and the future. I can't make up for what I did, but I can start now saying, that I will help these people. I will help Bob Cratchit. I'll give the money to the solicitors. I will hand out a shilling. I think he says, I can't remember what he originally offers the turkey boy, but he says, I think he says, come back with it in 5 minutes, I'll give you half a crown. So half a crown to a young boy would have been huge amount of money. So, and again, that's the whole thing. It's just, he's shown the error of his ways. He's not frightened when he's shown that, he's essentially going to die alone, because he's always been alone. That wasn't the problem. But he begins to realize, if I don't do something, Tiny Tim's going to die.
Yeah.
And that's one of the big things, is when he realizes what I've done really doesn't affect anybody except me. And then he says, no, if I don't help my Clark save his child, the child will die, and that will be on me, and he doesn't want that.
It's less changing because he's scared and just changing because he has the regrets of his life. And I guess in a way you could put that on Kazran too, that it's like he has these regrets in life, I mean, from the beginning, the fact that it's like, well, he's not fully a monster. They make the point that it's like, well, he didn't hit the boy, and that's the first thing that tips the doctor off. It's like, okay, you have this portrait of someone who's clearly older than you, so it's not you, it must be your father, but you don't have your chair facing towards it because you don't want to see him. There's a Christmas tree in the portrait, but there's none in here. And the most important thing is he didn't hit the boy, but he almost did. He went up, but then he stops himself, and it's like, okay, that must be what his father did. So it's like, there is something there for Kazran. There are regrets that he can change. And I guess the thing is, it's a strange thing of, like, in a sense, he did give Kazran the choice to change his life and change his regrets. It's just that he technically did not give it to the older Kazran. He gave it to the younger Kazran, who doesn't have the context of everything that he becomes, but he gave the boy a choice, and that's what he did.
Yeah, he didn't force young Kazran to change. He showed him, here's what could have happened if you allow it.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing. The Ghost of Christmas Past simply shows him what happened. Doesn't give him any opportunities. I mean, one of her last lines is, these are the shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are, do not blame me.
Yeah, it's the difference of going back to page 1 of an autobiography and going and writing the story again, because it's the difference between a ghost and a Time Lord, essentially, which is goofy. I mean, it's funny because, the entire premise of this episode is goofy, where it's just like, well, they're going to do Christmas Carol, but it's in space, it's on a different planet, it's not Scrooge, and it's like, well, how are they going to do the ghost? Like, well, he has a time machine, and because even then, at the end where it's like, oh, well, we've done the past and the present, now you show me the future, well, go ahead and show it to me, and the doctor says, I am showing you the future, and we see young Kazran there seeing the old miser that he becomes. So it's an interesting thing because it's like, yes, on the one hand, older Kazran, does kind of have a point of, the doctor is changing my life to suit him, but at the same time, it's really just he went back in time to young Kazran, and this is where young Kazran eventually ended up because of meeting the doctor and Abigail. So it's an interesting take, and definitely I think the best part of this is just the fact that it takes advantage of the fact that it is Doctor Who, that it's like, okay, it's a man with a time machine trying to do Christmas Carol, so it's not going to be exactly the same,
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, what do we do for Ghost of Christmas Present? And it's like, well, you call Amy, and you get Amy there to show all the people that are about to die in the present in this, in this ship, and then going into future, bringing young Kazran to the present. So yeah, it's all a very interesting way of doing it. So this hat is very tight, by the way. I've contemplated taking it off like 4 times, and every time I look over, I just giggle at myself wearing this, but I now realize why I've never worn this in a Christmas episode before. So yeah, maybe let's see. The next Christmas special will be obviously after the next season. I wonder if we'll probably actually watch that like at the very beginning of January, if I were to guess. So maybe I'll have some leftover Christmas stuff that we can also put on the table, so it's not just me wearing a hat. So, but yeah, you got other stuff for this episode?
No, again, no, this is, again, 2010 or 11.
This would be Christmas of 2010.
So, now, Michael Gambon has already taken over from Richard Harris in Harry
yes,
Potter. Yeah.
I would imagine, because he did that, I think, in movie 3. I think I don't fully remember. We watched the 8 Harry Potter movies like 10 or so years ago, and then never again. and not because it was bad or anything,
yeah.
But it's just we're not big Harry Potter people, which nowadays is kind of nice. Not being a big Harry Potter, I feel bad for big Harry Potter people. So, but that's beside the point. So,
and again, I was really kind of surprised by the melody to "In the Bleak Midwinter." That's what opens my play. "In the Bleak Midwinter," long ago, so long ago that that this story's been handed down for generations, for so long that it must be true. It's this story of the goblins who stole the sexton, intermixed with characters like Oberon and, well, not Robin Goodfellow, but Raven Goodfellow. So yeah, I just it's fascinating all the way through. And again, you know, I'm obsessed with Charles Dickens and Shakespeare for that matter.
And this also highlights kind of one of my favorite things about Doctor Who that I feel like not many other sci-fi shows can do, is taking something so ridiculous and out there and making it work for sci-fi, because I mean, that's just Doctor Who to a T. It's like, you know, you have Star Trek, which is very, you know, hard, real sci-fi. You got Star Wars, which is kind of more science fantasy, but at the same time, like, it's, you know, it still has Han Solo and a blaster and a starship and stuff. Whereas this Doctor Who is so weird because just from its basic premise of they get in a box and, you know, we'll go see history, it'll be educational and stuff, and it's like, okay, and now 50 years later, how do we keep the show going? And then eventually it just ends up at this, which is we're going to tell a Christmas carol, and it's going to be as, like, I mean, this is kind of like a Christmas fairy tale right here, you know, with the way that it's presented. I mean, just this town, even though it's like, it's, you know, this alien planet far in the future and stuff, where it's conveniently they all still look like they're wearing Victorian outfits, and, you know, they still have Christmas and everything, and it all just kind of works into that interesting Christmas fantasy, while also being about a guy who wears a bow tie in a box, and, you know, fish in the fog and flying sharks and stuff, which is probably the most out there part of this episode. Is why are there fish in the fog?
They never do explain that, do they?
No, they just kind of are there. It's just, that's just where those fish happen to be. They evolved in the fog specifically, and there's a shark in there too. So
one of the things in my play, you know that Dickens was a man who commented on social issues of the day. I mean, and that's another thing that a lot of people cut out of their adaptations of Christmas Carol, is the Industrial Revolution and the horrible conditions people worked in. I've worked a scene into the play where a young boy dies because his father can't buy the medicine that he needs to. He's got like tuberculosis, he's got some kind of respiratory disease, and he dies from that. And his older brother uses that to literally change his own life and say, I don't know how I will achieve this, but I will never let poverty affect me this way again.
You know what we should do? We should, and there's probably a lot of them in order to do this, but we should try. I feel like we've watched most Christmas Carol adaptations. We should do like a video where you specifically rank them in a tier list, because I feel like that would be interesting. So, God, how many? I mean, there was that one year we just watched like 5 of them in December.
Yeah.
So it's just like we should we should like try maybe do that as a video. I should like find a list of like every adaptation of Christmas Carol, and then we watch whatever we haven't seen, and then we put it all in there. So from Muppets Christmas Carol to Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol. Have you ever seen Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol?
I think I have, but it was appalling.
Yeah, to the old stuff, George C. Scott, Alistair Sim, to the FX Christmas Carol that they put on a few years ago.
That was not a Christmas Carol.
That was
Dickens would not only have rolled over in his grave, he would be spinning like a pinwheel.
That was the funniest 3 nights I've ever had watching stuff with you, though. I'm so sorry that was not caught on camera, because that was so
literally
funny.
Yelling at the screen.
I was dying. It was so funny because and just as like a little taster, in case you haven't seen the FX Christmas Carol starring, was it Guy Pearce?
Yeah,
wasn't it? And Andy Serkis as the Ghost of Christmas Past and stuff. There was like one moment. It's the moment where Scrooge as a kid is left at school, and this was like 2 hours into it because they took so friggin' long on it, and I was just like, okay, what bad thing could happen with little Scrooge left at school? And I was like, I don't know, maybe he gets, he gets molested or something. And then it just like lingered on that. And I was like, oh no, wait, I was just joking. No, wait, no, that didn't happen. And it's just like, well, that happened. It was that, and watching the Polar Express were 2 of the funniest things to watch. That was so amazing. But
I mean, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians was better than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did react to Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
I can find that on the playlist.
I completely forgot about that. We did do that on here. So that was 4 or 5 years ago that we did that video. So it's on the channel. If you just type it into, if you go to the channel and type it into the search bar. Well, I guess that's on desktop, but if you type in Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, you type in 7th Hour Films into Google or YouTube search, it'll pull up. So, God, that was hilarious too. So,
but, getting back to just to finish up here, I think one of the reasons why your mother and I have had success at the theater over the last 3 years when we've been in charge is we are doing, I don't want to say classic literature, but good literature. We're doing stories that people understand, that have a theme that resonates with modern audiences. I see, and this is not just here in Oklahoma City, but all around the country here, people are doing new shows, but they're not literature. They're not decent literature. They don't. You got people bickering with each other. You got people. It's just. There doesn't seem to be a reason to watch it. You say to yourself, will I be watching a version of this play 20 years from now? And my response is, I'm watching the play and going, no. I mean, I don't understand why this play was chosen, because it doesn't resonate. It doesn't have a universal type theme to it. So, my opinion, and it's one of the reasons why Star Wars lasted so long. And I realize it's not a complete take off on it, but a lot of people saw the Arthurian legend in the original Star Wars. Young kid, abandoned by his parents, living with his aunt and uncle, grows up to be, the leader of the rebellion, or in this case, the guy who pulls the sword from the stone becomes the king. But that is timeless. Somebody once said there's like literally only 7 stories ever written in any culture that will resonate, and you have to base what you're watching on those if you want it to last.
Yeah. So, and this definitely, I mean, the fact that this works because Christmas Carol is definitely timeless. Changing a bad man into good. And then also just playing with that and making it so distinctly Doctor Who as well just makes this episode work so well. Yeah. So yeah, that is basically it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas on October the 25th. When it never lines up when we watch Christmas episodes to actually be Christmas. It never lines, and it's not going to line up again. Again, I think we're going to get the season 7 Christmas special first couple weeks of January, I imagine. So, but yeah. But that is pretty much it. And I gotta get this hat off my head before my brain is squeezed too much. So with all of that being said, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who video that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.